no, I'm just doing video footages.
He was my first interviewer.
Yes.
You know, you were my first interviewer.
Thank you for the trust.
It's a lucky charm.
Oh, thank you. I feel so giddy.
Okay.
Good evening, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, Adam G, your online inspirational talk show. As you guys can see, we're still on my interview with the newly crowned Miss Earth title holders. I'm so happy that I'm finally being given a chance to sit down with them days after their memorable night. So here they are. Please say hello to Miss Earth Air 2022 Sheridan Mortlock and Miss Earth 2022 from Korea, Minasu Choi. Hi, girls!
Hey.
How's it going?
So great to see you again, finally in person.
Yes, no longer virtual. Yeah, I interviewed you too, right?
Yes, virtual. Yeah, Adam was the first person that I interviewed when I ran the crown, and it was very, very enjoyable. I'm glad that we could do that.
Same here. You were my first interviewer, actually.
on it.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
I'll
you're
interview
fast.
you.
Yeah. I want to interview you. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because the reason why I got you for a virtual interview before was because I can really see the winning potential in you both. So did you expect to go all the way far in this competition?
Well, look, I had no expectations, but I just gave it my all, and I've been preparing for about 3 years now. So just have a good time, experience it, do my best, and here I am.
What about you, Miss Korea?
Yeah, I think it's important to be humble, but at the same time, sometimes you gotta be confident. And today, I'm feeling a bit confident, so I'd say I thought I would do pretty well. Yeah, maybe not this well, but I definitely thought I would do pretty well in the pageant. Yeah.
So let's look back at your coronation night. How was everything? What was going through your head as you went on to do all these intro dance that you did for the pageant, and as you went all the way each segment of the competition until you finally went on to bring home your crowns right now?
Well, right before I went on stage, I was very hungry, so I actually shoved a chocolate bar in my mouth right before I went on so that I had energy. And running on 1 hour of sleep, but the adrenaline kicked in, and it was so exciting, and all the girls, the energy was amazing. And so as I progressed through each round, I'm like, yes, we're making it. And thankfully, my family and my friends were in the crowd, and every time I looked over at them, they'd wave the Australian flag, and that would give me strength and energy to keep going. So it was just totally unforgettable night, but it went so fast. You're only on there for such a short amount of time, even though production's long. As an individual person, you're there and it's over before you know it. So
Yeah. What about you?
I really wanted to mention that I was also born in Australia.
Sydney.
I was also born here, and I always wanted to tell her. So the moment I saw Sheridan, that's the first thing I said to her. I was born in your country.
I was like, oh my gosh, flattered.
So it meant a lot to me to be standing in front of her. I was like, I'm standing with a person, with a country that I was born in. So to me, I felt like I was representing both countries at the same time. So it felt so nice. Yeah. Actually, the day before, during rehearsals, I started getting very sick. So my stomach started hurting a lot. And I was a bit concerned. And at one of our rehearsals, I had to actually go back to the hotel because I was feeling extremely sick. And in front of the hotel lobby, it just all came out. Yeah. I felt so bad, so I told them to keep it a secret, and I went back, and then I was just staying in the hotels, and the team managers were all taking good care of me. But in the morning, I woke up, and my dad came to the Philippines, saw me for the first time in 2 weeks, and saw that I was very ill. And then the next morning I couldn't go to the rehearsals early in the morning, so instead I went to the hospital. And then my dad told me, I still remember at the hotel, after I had breakfast, I could barely eat breakfast, and my dad told me that I shouldn't compete in the pageant because I was feeling so sick. And we were like, no, I gotta still go to the hospital, and then I'll go straight to the rehearsals because I gotta finish strong. I have people that are probably waiting for me, that are probably cheering for me. So I had to go. So I went to the hospital, chilled there for a bit, got some IV here, and then I went straight to rehearsals at Okada, and I was just dozing off, kept on going to the bathroom because I was feeling sick. And yeah, but I managed to finish strong because right before the competition, like you said, the adrenaline rush just kicked in. So I remember being just awake and all the pain just went away. Yeah.
So where did you get your strength all of a sudden to power through the competition? Because there's a viral video of you dancing during the rehearsals, and the fans were complimenting she has K-pop moves.
I'm not sure if people saw me right before and right after those moves, but I kept on sitting down on the floor and I was dozing off, but I knew that a lot of efforts were put into the production. So I couldn't just, even during rehearsals, I couldn't just slack off, you know? I think that's why I gave it my best even during rehearsals, at least when we were dancing. Off dancing, I was just sitting on the floor or lying down even on the floor. But during those even the smallest things, I think I was trying to put in the efforts to show that I was putting in effort to this pageant. Yeah.
Looking back, what were how would you sum up your whole experience? Because is it worth the tiredness? Because you mentioned, the sleepless nights because, you got sick towards the end of the competition. So probably you were really doing a lot of things, stress, combination of everything. So now that you have the crown and a lot of people are watching us, even aspiring queens, is it worth the sacrifices, the tiredness, the sleepless nights, all these things that you were thinking in your head while preparing for a competition like Miss Earth?
Oh, me first. Look, I say definitely if you're passionate about something and if you're motivated and ambitious enough to want to do it, then the sleepless nights are definitely all worth it. You know coming into the competition that it's going to be tough and it's going to be tiring, but it's so worth it, and a lot of girls have dreamed of, the pageant for a long time, and especially if you've been working towards it for a long time, it will all be worth it in the end. So you just keep finding that why. I think that's the biggest thing. When you join a pageant, you have to have a why, because that's always something that you go back to, when you'll be like, oh, I just can't do it anymore. I'm so tired. I wish I was home. But then you just remember that why, and it keeps pushing you through until the end. And, in the end, then it's also worth it. And you're very, very glad that you did it.
Was there a point in the competition that you kind of gave up because of everything that was going through, if any?
Yeah, I'd say definitely the day before the competition. I was like, is this over? Is this really over for me? Like all this efforts I put in and all the competitions I won some gold medals, all that effort I put in, is this just going to be nothing? Am I just not even going to be able to showcase it to the finale on the stage? So I was so worried. So that moment I felt like I was going to give up. But I remember my dad saying, there are people are going to be really disappointed, not in the fact that they're going to dislike you, but they're going to be so upset for you that they don't get to see me on stage to show me, like, really showcase to the world I am Mina Soo Choi. Yeah. So yeah, that was probably the only time I felt discouraged and down. But the rest, even though the schedule was extremely strenuous and I was very tired, I think it was worth it because, like you said, hard work pays off. And if you have a certain goal, I think challenges, all the obstacles, going through that is also it feels like the fulfillment, the achievement, that the feeling you get, the adrenaline rush, the dopamine you get, I think it's insane. So worth it.
And I think we also kind of saw that, the stress in your face when during the competition you were always last to be called in every segment.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that. It was they were really playing with my heart there. I was like, what if I don't get called? When I was left alone with the last two, I was like, we just have one slot left. Every single time, every time, yeah. But even to this day, I'm so glad I was called last, because I was standing just with Taylor. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Sandara and Taylor right here.
I was so glad to be standing with Sheridan on the last spot, so very happy. Last is still good, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like, you weren't able to do your walk fluidly during the evening gown because out of nervousness and relief that, oh, I made it to top 8.
Yes, for sure. I'd say that too, yeah.
So what about you, Sheridan? What has been the most memorable segment of the competition that you think made the judges think that, hey, you have what it takes to win Miss Earth?
I really enjoyed my answer to the hashtag. When fairness was found on the floor, because it fell out of the card, and so it ended up on the floor. And when we picked it up and James Deacon said fairness, I just knew it's like the gods came down and gave me the answer. I just knew exactly what I wanted to say, and so I felt the most confident in the entire competition at that very moment, and so that is my favorite part.
Yeah, I just want to add on to that, because when she gave her answer and she talked about like equity, social justice, yeah, that was amazing. Because as her hashtag was announced, I was thinking the same thing, and I was like, yeah, she's nailed it. She was amazing. So I don't know if it's in the video, but I remember just nodding like this as you gave your answer. Yeah. But for my case, and more than the hashtag rant, I think what really broke it for me was probably the final answer when I talked about empathy, because those are values that are really true to me, and that those values are very, very important to me. So I was glad to have the opportunity to really speak on behalf of that on stage. Yeah.
And yeah, the rest is history. And I think the reason why the judges gravitated towards the both of you, towards the dying moments of the competition, is because you're not just only beautiful, but you are naturally gifted public speakers. It's like we can, you guys talk naturally in front of the camera, except that there is a camera in front of us. Yeah, in front of you talking. That's how natural. I think that's what Miss Earth has been always looking for in a winner, someone who's not just beautiful, but someone who can also espouse the values and causes of the organization, and you both perfectly fit the bill.
I actually want to speak on behalf of that because I was actually not a great public speaker in the past. Like growing up, I've never been a great public speaker. I've never been good at just standing in front of people. Being goofy in front of people was I've done that before, but publicly just saying my thoughts in front of people, I could never do that. Up till even freshman year of college year, I remember my first class was public speaking because I'm a communication major, and when we gave our first speech, I remember standing in front of everyone, blanking out, not being able to finish my speech, and then just standing there, and then I said, anyways, it was a bittersweet memory, and then I ended, cried in front of everyone as a freshman in college, and I dropped the course right away. And then I took it again my junior year, and then I nailed it. For every speech we could choose the order we went, and I always went first. I always nailed my speeches, and it's really about working hard. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are coming into pageants, they're scared about public speaking. What if I can't do well? But when you realize that you can improve, and when you realize that you have flaws, but it's okay, and as long as you work hard, it pays off. Public speaking, I practice every single night. That's why I'm a lot better than I was before. I have more areas of improvement I can definitely brush up on. But so I do want to tell a lot of the girls to, don't worry about it. You put in the effort, it will showcase on stage. Yeah, that's one thing I want to say for sure.
I had a very similar story where after the 2019 pageant of Miss Earth, that was definitely saying speeches I've pre-prepared, easy, but on the spot I struggled with a lot. And so when I decided that I was going to dedicate myself to Miss Earth, I joined a Toastmasters, which is an international speechwriting competition. And so definitely they did the spontaneous questions at the end of every night. And so I made it clear to the group that's what I was here for. So they were very encouraging. Thank you to the Wollongong Toastmasters group for having me. And so I was able to train with them for a while in preparation for Miss Earth, which was very beneficial.
When I look at you both, they could have never really picked a great set of winners. Not just beautiful. You're not just beautiful, gifted public speakers, but you really breathe Miss Earth. And I would just like to ask, now that you have this huge following, Miss Earth still gets bashed for a lot of things, whether it's about how the production of the Coronation night was done, or even how the pre-pageant activities have been organized. So, since both of you have a gift of gab, how would you convince the bashers to really look past Miss Earth's flaws and give it a chance to make an impact in the pageant world?
I feel like bashing and criticism, constructive criticism, there's a difference between those things. And I remember some of the girls were receiving a lot of hate from just people, but I think change happens within yourself, and if you're really wanting change in a system, then you have to be part of the system, and then you have to change it. And because I've seen things that Miss Earth could definitely improve on, but now that I am a Miss Earth, I can actually make those changes and strive to make those changes. So yeah, I think people should keep in mind that change happens within yourself, and criticism and hatred, there's a difference between that. You can be kind while telling someone, I don't think this is right, but you could change this up. There's a difference between that, and I hope people would just know the differentiation between that. Yeah.
For me, I think, not everybody is going to like something. You know, there's going to be people that might not like it. But what I really love about Miss Earth and why I've gravitated towards it is that it sticks to its message and its why. You know, it's not just claiming that it's for the environment and then it just, you know, brushes over that and gets to whatever else. It actually is working every day towards environmental messages and the ecosystem and the environment. And that niche, I feel, is such a great platform to have. And so, you know, we're a more, you know, advocacy-driven pageant, I would say, compared to others, because it's so particular and so direct. And so I think that in order for people to bash us on like our production, for instance, or that it's not like shiny enough, I would say, look, yeah, glossy, it's not glossy enough. You know, there are other pageants you can watch if that's what you're interested in. But if you're interested in real change and change for the environment, then Miss Earth's the one for you.
So to each his own.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah.
So we're wrapping up my interview. So yes.
Oh,
One more hour. Yeah.
I love.
We'll get Jollibee.
As much as
Korea hasn't tried Jollibee yet.
I haven't. I haven't. Because I had stomach problem. I couldn't have it. My dad told all the fans were going to buy Jollibee on the Coronation night, but my dad told them, no, Mina's sick. Don't buy her anything food related.
There's Jollibee in Okada. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
I wish I knew that. I would have gotten some straight after the pageant.
I didn't even have it since I didn't get any.
Oh my god.
All right. So now that you both have those crowns on top of your beautiful heads, how would you be doing these amazing things for your year-long reign? What are your plans with this platform, with this massive platform that you have now that fans' eyes are on you? We're so excited.
Oh, should I go first? Now that I became the reigning Miss Earth, I hope to really use my platform not to only inform myself, because platforms aren't just for other people, but it's for myself to also always stay educated, stay informed about the environment, but not just environment, because all things are very related to each other, such as social injustice and social issues as well. And I hope to be very informed on those matters in order to help other people stay informed. And as a Korean representative, I feel like since Korea is such a massive, it's very popular like worldwidely, and as Korean myself, I think I can send that message to more people around the world, not just Korea. So I'm very happy that this is the beginning. This is just the beginning of my chapter, and hope you guys stay tuned. Yeah.
How does it feel like you're the first Korean to really win an alpha pageant like Miss Earth?
Unbelievable. First of all, unbelievable. And I feel like it happened at the perfect time, at the right moment, because this era, everything Korean is so popular worldwide, but how many times do we see a really famous Korean addressing environmental issues and social issues? I don't think we see many, but if I'm able to do that, as a first pageant winner, I think that's an amazing step towards a better community and a better world as a Korean. So I'm just happy to be the first of that, of many moments of Korea. So I'm very, very proud to be a Korean. Yeah.
And SBS and Vogue Korea finally featured you.
I know. My dad sent me that, and I couldn't be more flattered. And actually, my mom hasn't been messaging me or calling me at all because she's busy watching all the news, telling people, everyone around her, that my daughter, Miss Korea, my daughter became Miss Earth. Yeah, she's been so proud of me, so I haven't been able to talk to her at all. Mom, if you're watching this, please give your daughter at least a message or a text. Yeah, I want to talk to you.
For sure, after your media tour. So what about you, Taylor Swift? Well, share that.
Yes. So depending on how scheduled the Miss Earth schedule for this year will be for the Elemental Queens, I plan to go back to uni to continue my global sustainability and politics degree. I've got 2 more years. I took some time off to focus on this pageant, so I'll go back, probably only part-time, because I really do want to use this platform to the most of its benefit. So I've already lining some things up. I'm discussing with my boyfriend. He's my biggest, supporter. He's like, all right, game plan. Oh, he's actually, Mega World is taking him and my mum and his mum. They've taken them to the smallest volcano in the world, Yeah, there. So they're really enjoying that because I felt bad because I'm like, you came all this way, but I can't even hang out with you. So Mega World is taking care of them, which I'm very grateful for. And Mega World might be taking me to Boracay as well, which I'm very grateful for. So, but yeah, so we've been game planning. It's like, okay, we've got this platform now. Let's use ACE, and I've already got some footage from Taronga Zoo when we went there and their environmental initiatives, but we didn't have time to edit that before we came. So that will probably be one of the first things that I release. So look out for that.
Oh, I can't wait for all your plans, for your upcoming plans during your year-long reign. Congratulations, girls, once again. So, any message to all your Filipino fans who have been supporting you since day one of your candidacies here in Miss Earth?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say mahal kita and salamat po to all my Filipino fans, because without their support, I wouldn't be even sitting here right now. And your cheers and your supporting messages have meant the world to me. And yeah, I 진짜 정말 많이 사랑해요 to all my 새싹, because I call my fans, my Miss Earth fans 새싹 많이 사랑해요. 감사해요. Yeah, I just want to say that. Keep it short. Yeah.
Any plans you'll be open to showbiz offers here in Manila? Just like, would you be open to considering or accepting showbiz or entertainment offers here in Manila?
Well, first of all, I'm still reigning as Miss Earth, so I do want to focus on that. But afterwards, maybe I am actually considering maybe having positive thoughts on that as well.
Because Sandara Park started her showbiz career here in the Philippines before she became big in Korea.
I know. So it might be a step towards that as well. So maybe I'm definitely looking out for that as well. So maybe we'll see. I'm an opportunist, so I would like to see opportunities as well. So
Next time we'll see her speaking fluent Filipino.
give me like a year and a half. Just give me a year until my reign is over. Then I'll maybe perfectly, master my language. Yes.
What about you, Sheridan?
Big salamat po to all of my fans, and I know I've got a lot of fans here in the Philippines, and it truly means the world to me that you've been supporting me from day one, even though I am not your host country. I'm very, very flattered, and I'm hoping to do you all very proud as my reign as Miss Earth Era 2022.
Woo! There you go, guys.
Together. Aww. Love you guys. Mwah.
This is the best top 2 I've ever seen in Miss Earth. So on that note, thank you so much for gracing my channel for your post Miss Earth interview. I had so much fun and blast catching up with you both. I hope you'll do amazing things in your year-long reign. Wow, the whole world is your oyster now, Mina and Sheridan.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you so much for having us back on.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that our ladies, all the queens, will have pursuing many great things, including myself. So stay tuned for our achievements and many great things. And please be present in our downs and highs, and just be present in all of our moments. And thank you, Adam. I'm so glad to do this interview finally in person. Yeah.
You're welcome. You guys are so relatable. My God, everyone can so identify with you.
You understand why they love us so much, right?
Yeah, you're both cute and funny.
Stop it. Yeah, keep going.
Don't stop.
All right, guys. Before the complimentary spills, I have to wrap this up. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had fun listening in to my lovely guests' insights about their new platform. God bless you guys until my next video. Bye.
That's so fun. I always enjoy.
So we'll do an interview every week.